Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday, 4th of July. Hope everybody is, if you are an American or living in the U.S., you are enjoying your holiday weekend, right? The 4th of July. Also, make sure that I want to make sure that all of the people that are attending the World Cup FIFA, all the new individuals from Europe, Asia, wherever, South America are enjoying our hospitality and the holiday as well. Okay. And so, with that, now we are going to start the show, you know. Uh, but before we do that, let's make sure we get the likes, follows, and comments on this platform. We are trying to expand. We know that we actually are going to talk about XPR, crypto, stock markets, right? Which companies are great to invest, how it looks like, right? But before we get into that, make sure you check out my merch, my crypto merch, right? So just type in cryptocricket.biz, right? And buy my merch. If you, for every item that you get 5,000 peg tokens airdrop to your WebAuth wallet if you have the WebAuth wallet. If you don't, make sure you download it, get KYC verified, and learn how to use that wallet. And then, of course, if you do get it, then you can actually stake them. You can put them in liquidity pools. You can hold, buy more for later. So when the actual market does run within a year or etc., you're in profits. Okay. But with that, let's start the show. Let's go. I need to. Okay. So here we are with the actual market here, folks. What we actually got going on right now is, let's see, what do we have here? This is Ethereum. Why don't we start off with crypto first, and then we'll start with, then we'll go to stocks. All right, so we know that the Bitcoin dominance seems to be dropping little by little, as you can see. What was it? Anywhere between last early May, first week of May, it went up 61%. Then it dropped, came back here all the way to June, collect all that liquidity, came back. Now that looks like it's a bear because it doesn't seem to be going up. It just keeps going down. The EMA crosses show that we're still on a bear, and this is on the daily. So the daily is telling us that Bitcoin is losing strength for now till it bottoms out. And as you can see, Bitcoin has been on an uptrend since, what is it, 2023, no, 2022 of November, all the way up to 2025 of June. So therefore, it just ran so much that now it's actually, as you can see, it's consolidating here. And this looks like it's probably going to, if it stays on that channel right here in this area and bounces out, right, creating this bottom right here, it might go up again, right? But this is, what is it, October 26th? We might get another pump before it actually, takes a dump. It can happen, right? It creates that, what do you call it? That Batman. Once it creates that Batman pattern, that usually comes all the way back down. All right, so that's what I'm seeing with Bitcoin. It can either go up or it can go down, but as you can see, the volume here, these volume bars shows that there's a lot of selling, and it's kind of like dying out. So chances are, right, it may actually go for a little bit of a pump, right, run it and then dump it. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong, right? But this is on the weekly chart now. So you got to watch it how it goes daily, as you can see. Yeah, the EMA crosses are telling me that this is more of a downtrend. So it's probably just gonna go down. Yep. All right. So that's for the dominance. Let's see. Look at the price now. For the price, we have $62,000 and some change, which is 62,500, give or take. And as you can see, same thing. It's telling us that it's actually on a downtrend. It broke out of that downtrend, but it needs to come in here and actually confirm that. It's going to confirm that. If it doesn't hold, it's going to come back down. Right? So it may fake out. You have to watch it here, as you can see. What is the lowest that I see? Bitcoin, I have it marked right here at 49,208. It's not that far out at all. It's pretty fucking close, right? And yeah, that with this wick here that happened back in, what was it? Was it August of 2024? That's where it wicked all the way down here. But keep in mind that when you look at it on the weekly, it may go lower because we know Ethereum's going lower. Yeah. So there's that 49,000 that we were looking at, right? I wouldn't be surprised if it hits that 42,267. It can get there. If it does get there, it might wick it, right? It won't stay there for too long, right? So I know that a lot of people, a lot of traders are going to start, buying once it gets to 49,000 because nobody truly knows where the bottom is at. Nobody knows, but we know that there's a lot of demand down here at 28,000. Okay, but 42, 43, there's that demand right there. I think it will hit there and then probably swing higher. Now, if institutions keep selling more, then obviously we're going to keep going lower. As you can see on the volume bars, it shows that there's a lot more selling, and very little buying. So there's not enough strength for it to go up. It's just going to come down. Okay? And again, this is my opinion. The EMAs are also telling me here, right? We got the blue and red, of course, which is a larger time frame, and those are going to be for the 300 and the 440s. And as you can see, it's just if it bounces off of that, it's great. But if it hangs in here, that's good, right? So it hangs in this area. But again, there's really not a demand. The demand is right here, 43. Okay, if that doesn't hold, we're probably gonna see 29,000 again. So yeah, if you're a spot trader, right, more like a long term, then you're just gonna have to wait and be patient. If you're a leverage trader, you got to keep an eye on it on high times, whether if it's 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour, to make profit. The next one here we're gonna do is Ethereum. So let's do the others, the entire market of others, right? Everything except Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, probably Chainlink, and some others. Top 10, right? As you can see, this looks like it's died out. It still shows that it's going on a downtrend here, right? All the coins are down. So we're probably going to see, again, the total market cap of all the altcoins is going to come down to like 116.55, right? Billion, right? There's a big demand down here that they're going to come get that. And that's where you're probably going to start to see people buy, a lot of crypto. It's just this. I mean, if you can get it for cheap, why bother, Once, let's say, not Ethereum. Once, Chainlink goes down from like $7 to like $3, Then people are gonna be asking, no, I want $1. I want $1 chain link. Okay, XRP. Oh, it's at 110. No, I don't. It's coming down to 75. No, I want 30 cents again. And that's what you're seeing. These charts, they look fucking cooked. They look smoked, folks. So you just gotta watch that out. Okay, they look cooked. They look exhausted. There's not institutions are not buying this stuff. They're trading it, and right now they don't like those prices. I don't like those prices. I want to lower, right? And that's when you start accumulating a lot. Let's say you get those blue chips, right? Like I said, you can always lend and borrow your tokens and make money during the bear market on that XPR network using the MetalX platform. If you don't have it, download it, get KYC verified, and utilize it so that you understand what it is. I don't like to hold things and not make money. I just don't. It's irritating. It's exhausting, and you're just waiting, playing the waiting game, which is fine. But if you can make money during that, do it. Okay. And as you can see, the weekly looks like it looks cooked. I mean, it tested this area right here, tried to get above that 202. It rejected, right? And it's rejecting that as well. And so that's the reversal signal right there that it's coming down. How low? Like I said, somewhere around here. Then it starts to turn around. Then we have Ethereum. Ethereum looks completely exhausted right now. We need to see if Ethereum has bottomed out at this price, right? And confirm that it's going to go higher. If it can get above 1900, then you're in. If it can't, it's just going to drop like a rock. And I know that there's people that are saying that Ethereum's not going to go low. It's crypto. Ethereum is no different. Okay, there's a lot of demand right here for like 1200. I know people that are saying that it's going to hit like 1000. It probably is. Remember, it's not. There's nothing so spectacular about Ethereum. Nothing. Other than the fact that people hold on to it, right? Look, see, there it is. That volume shelf right there. The big demand is right down here at 1100. It'll probably touch 1000, right? But you have to be very quick. Right? Those what are they called? The EMA crosses tell us it's still on a downtrend. So it's gonna see it. It's getting very close to the bottom. Then we have Solana. Solana just looks like it just took a beating after that. This thing, look at this pattern. Like a crown. What do you call it? A crown. A crown pattern. Look at that. And now it's doing the exact same thing, and it's gonna hit. And I want to see, the demand again is big at 40, 34, $20. The biggest one is at $20, right? And it can get there, right? Because Solana doesn't look like it's been doing pretty well. However, if there's good projects that have been built on the actual network, then it actually performed better than Solana. That's the crazy part about it, right? So the weekly is telling me that it's actually right. The volume here, what's the volume? There's a lot of selling, buying, selling. Just kind of like they're slowly breaking this thing down. Let's see how the daily looks like. Okay, it just crossed the let's see if this works. It just crossed that trend line here. It broke. Now it's got to retest it. If it holds, then it's gonna confirm. Then we're gonna go higher, right? And it'll probably come and try to sweep anything that's maybe here to like 106, and then probably do a reverse because there's a lot of buying right here on the daily, right? And a little bit of selling, so that shifted the momentum. But boom, it broke. Now it's got to come back and confirm. Yeah, it's coming. It might just go for get that the rest of liquidity here, like at $86 and then reverse, and then just keep coming back down. It might do that. So if you're going to be trading Solana short term, keep an eye on that, because you might make something. But long term, I still think it's dropping, at least right now. Okay. Or it's performing better than Solana. If you have OR, right? You know that OR is built on the Solana network, and it's that crypto gambling mining game where there's just hundreds of people playing, dumping money. The revenue that comes in is wild. Okay, this is the daily. The daily looks good, right? It just shows that it actually crossed those EMAs, so it looks like there's on an uptrend. But this doesn't have the volume bars. That's the one thing, or the volume shelf, or there it is. This is the volume here. Okay, this shows here. There's really not a volume. There's a lot of buying right there. There's going to be a little bit of a sell and then probably buy more. And this is the thing, is that it doesn't take a lot for OR to move a lot. Okay, the market cap is better on this one here because it shows the volume here. Okay, I want to see the weekly on this thing. Yeah, the demand that it wants to go up to 60 million, right up there, right? The volume shelf, or it may just actually run up here, but no, the demand, it shows that it's up here. There's a little bit of buying, slowly, a little bit of sell, and then buying again. That's what we're seeing here, because it started creating that new one here. But it does here. I don't go with the wicks because yeah, if it can get above, let's say this area here, the middle line right here, right, then we're in. We're gonna go higher. If it doesn't, it's just probably reject and then stay and probably come back down on that channel. Let's see. Yep. So OR looks good, but it can still come down with Solana, and then if it does come back down with Solana, then you probably buy more, of course, just to put yourself in a good position, right, where you dollar cost average down, and then you're good with that. Okay, now to the metallic is coins and tokens. We're gonna go with XPR. XPR. It's also on the weekly. It looks like it's still in a downtrend. It hasn't bottomed out yet. It might go to that 100144191. If not, it may even tap 009. If it does tap, I'm gonna load up, baby. Load up, and if it keeps on doing that for a while, let's say for about a month or a couple months, oh, you bet your ass I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna buy. Loading up is the best thing when your dollar cost average is so low, right? It just looks like that. I mean, it just, again, all these cryptos look exhausted right here. Now let's say that it was probably to go back. It'll probably hit that maybe, I think between now and let's say December or October before the midterms, right? I think it'll probably run up to about here, maybe even here, 0.005, and then probably dump after that. I would probably sell a lot of my coins. I'm not gonna hold on to this because I'm in the business to make money, and crypto's very, very volatile. Yeah, see, the demand is here, but there's even bigger demand down here at 0.008. The volume shelf is telling me that. The EMA crosses have rejected that, right? The candles have rejected that. The EMA crosses, it hasn't changed the momentum. It hasn't shifted, so it's coming back down. And this is on the weekly. So that's for XPR. Now we're going to look at Metal Blockchain. Metal Blockchain looks like it just broke from that channel right there. In that trend line. It looks like it's also going to come down, right? And it might hit that area of 0.9 cents, and then if that doesn't work, it'll come back down all the way to like 6 pennies to 4 pennies. If it does come down there, again, I am loading up, just loading up. That'll be a good entry point, and hold on to it. Okay, Metal DAO, the governance token for the XPR network. Metallic is ecosystem. Same thing. I think Metal DAO has taken one of the worst beatings. Yeah, it's taken one of the worst beatings, man. See how the daily looks like on those EMA crosses. Oh, yeah. Oof. I think it's long overdue for an uptrend. Yeah, this looks like it's getting ready to. Yeah, it's way below that trend line here, and that's also, and it went even lower too. So it may come down to 21. Yeah, it'll probably come down to hit 21 area, 20 cents. Buy that, load up there. That's where it'll probably, probably max out. It looks like the volume shelf is here. It wants to retrace back down here and then probably dump down. Or it may even hit this area here of 25 cents and then reverse, keep going down. There's just not enough volume there. Nobody's really buying anything. Yeah, look, there's like hardly any volume. No volume here in the volume bars. Nothing. Nada. Yep, it's already, look at that. The RSI is telling us that it's still bottomed out, bottomed one more time, and then it'll probably reverse and then start to go up. One, two, three. Yeah, 1, 2. Probably 3. That's where it's gonna hit that same thing. Now it's time to talk about the stocks, the stockaroos. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. All right. Back again. All right. So now let's get back. This is the index, the dollar index. Looks like it's getting a little stronger right now on the daily as well for the dollar index. Now let's see how the weekly looks like. It looks like we're going to go up perhaps. And just keep in mind, usually when the index goes up, usually the NASDAQ goes down. Now there is no fixed correlation, like it's legit that it's marked where it's going to come down. But there are instances where it does make a pump and it does run. But it looks like right now it's trying to shift direction, and it is right where the dollar is gonna get a little stronger and it's gonna go up again. And if they can get above 102, Yeah, if it can get like above that neckline right there, then it's good for the for the dollar, right? And the Nasdaq might go down on tech, but if it does reverse and it comes lower here, then we might see a little bit of a rally when it comes to the Nasdaq. This is the Nasdaq right here. I would like to see the Nasdaq right here. It's trading on this area. There was a lot of buying, a little bit of selling. They're still buying, but now that volume is kind of slowly dying, and you're probably going to see a shift in momentum where they're probably going to start selling more. And that's what you're seeing on here on the Nasdaq. Right? The demand is that people want to see it come back over here. 24,000, but I don't think it will do that. I think it will just come down to about like 26-ish, 995. And then that would be a good entry point. If it gets lower, then obviously I add up more. So I'd be careful when I trade the Nasdaq. Trade very little, put more if it goes lower. Okay, the S&P looks very similar. It's always been bullish, especially when you look at it on the week. I mean, this thing just goes up, 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 and never comes back down. It just doesn't. Okay, this was in 2021. Pulled back all the way low. Same thing. This is that wolf pattern. That wolf bearish pattern right here. When you create this trend line. It does come back down. It'll have to come back down. I mean, there is a possibility that the S&P might make a correction and come back down to like 6,000, but at the same time, you would have to see it go higher, right? Come back down here, hit this area, right? The 6,900, then go higher, and then probably try. Yeah. This is too low for it to come back down, but it can do it. But no, I would rather see it hit that 68.93. It's a good correction here, and then probably go higher for the S&P. Apple decided that they're gonna, charge more, which is fine, and probably lay off a bunch of people so that they can still be in profits. But are there new products? Not really. They're just trying to keep selling you the same shit with better cameras or something. I haven't had Apple in a long time, in a very, very, very long time. And I'm not a fan of Apple. I think Apple is just too basic, too stupid. I prefer Android. I can modify things on there. But hey, to each their own. It looks like it hit right here. It's still on an uptrend on the weekly when it comes to Apple. Let's see how the monthly looks like. Oh yeah, it's still going up, and you're probably still gonna see Apple go there higher. Let me see how that looks like here. Okay, so it can still finish up to like 329, but it'll probably go up to like 400, no, 380 something. It can probably do that by the end of the year when it comes to Apple. I don't do the wicks because the wicks are just, I like solid candles. If I want to do the wicks, then I'll do that like on the daily, but we'll do it just for the heck of it. Close to 406, give or take, yeah. Right in between. Not a big fan of that. Chevron. Everybody is complaining about Chevron, or the gas prices are still expensive since of God knows when. You know, people have been trying to tell Donald Trump that they're gouging prices, price gouging on gasoline, and they need to bring them down. But what can I say? Chevron is still performing. It just made a retracement back on the chart. There's that volume shelf here that the demand is here for like 156, right? But if it holds above this on the EMA cross, it's still probably going to go higher. I think Chevron's going to go higher, right? If you want to save money or you want cheaper gas prices, basically what they're telling you is go buy that octane something with 15% ethanol, maybe 20% ethanol on your vehicles, which kind of damage the vehicle. So high because of that, what they've added on there, I don't expect to see prices going lower with gas. I just don't, because of that. So therefore, I expect it to maybe see it just go higher again. Let's see how Chevron looks like here when I just create a trend line. Look at that. That selling has begun. That looks good right there. Yeah, it looks like it's still gonna go up. I don't expect Chevron to see, to go any lower at all. It might swing around here, this area of 150, right? And if it does swing that area of 150, then it's gonna go higher. Gonna go higher to like 260 and then come back down. That's what I see with Chevron. So unfortunately, I don't expect to see gas prices to go down. People are still paying for it anyways. It doesn't matter. Okay, Tesla. You try to merge Tesla and what is it? Twitter with SpaceX. They didn't let him in on that index because his boy was trying to take people's money. But it still looks like it's still going on an uptrend too. The problem is that the volume has completely died on Tesla, which is not a good sign. We're probably going to see a lot more selling pressure when it comes to Tesla. Maybe. Yeah, it's flirting in this area with the EMA crosses. Right? It might come back down to 312. I would not be surprised. Look at that. That thing is, it's all this. The buying pressure has gone real low. So now I may see that selling pressure go higher and higher. It might do that. I don't like Tesla. I mean, I think it's great that they made vehicles, but I'm just not a big fan of Tesla. AMD. Oh, Nvidia, I'm sorry. Nvidia, this looks like it's hitting that EMA cross right there. If it can come back down to maybe one more time 180, that's a good entry point for me. I mean, if it can go lower, that'd be nice, but I doubt it. It still looks like it's still going on an uptrend. Steady, a lot of volume, a lot of buying, a little bit of selling, more buying, selling, sideways, then buying, then selling again. Eventually, I think it has to come back down to 154-ish area. Yeah, I think right here, it has to come back down eventually, but it may not do that anytime soon. It may just say, fuck it, and skip this area. Oof. I think AMD is long overdue corrected. Yeah, that it's just not trying. It cannot. It's running out of. You're seeing all these volumes here. There's this sell. It's starting to. It's ready to fall down. I think it did a good run for a while. If it can come back down to 275, 280, I'm loading up on AMD. Just gotta take time. What narrative is the government going to use to shift the stock market down? Right? Because the charts show that it's got to come back down. Well, it doesn't have to, but normally it does, right? Correct itself. And boy, oh boy, what are they going to do? Oh, Donald Trump lost the midterms. It puts fear and everything, and it just tanks like, yeah, it just tanks automatically. Okay. SanDisk is at 1700. It was at 18, 19 and made it 22. So now it's starting to reverse. Ooh, look at that. SanDisk gets it ready to about to fall off the cliff. Yeah, this starting to look like silver when it peaked all the way, and there was like I believe 20 between silver and gold there was like $22 trillion that was wiped out from the market. I mean, it was wild. This is what it looks like right here. It looks like it really wants to fall off. So I guess you're seeing a lot of selling pressure here, guys. You got to get ready. You got to start working overtime. Start getting ready to say, save some cash and get yourself ready to get into these companies in here in the stock market because they are real world products and they have a strong use case here. Okay. Unlike crypto has a lot of, trading. They're like magical beans. It's very little to find a crypto that actually provides, products to the individual, to the consumer. Very little. So, yes, protect your capital, your money. Oh yeah, I see this thing coming back down. $1,300, and it's probably gonna hit this area of 9. I'd say at 900 would be a good entry point. 913, that would be the demand. The volume shelf is here, but it's also here at 1400. So I would 900 would be a better price for me because I can get more for my money. And I hear it's expected to go up to like 4500 or something on that one. Yeah, probably 1400 with the EMA cross that is picking up right here. Yeah. It's crossing that one. 700. Yeah, that it's probably gonna come back for that liquidity down over here on that 900 area. That is a nasty sell candle. There's a lot of selling right here, but this actually might be reverse and go higher again. I could be wrong. Could be wrong, folks. What else we got? NIBS. Oh, CRVW. Core Weave, that's also down too. What the hell was that? Micron Technology looks like it's ready to. It's crossing that EMA right there. This actually looks like it start to come. It might start to come back down. NIBS sold as well. It looks like it's crossing that already on the EMA. This looks like it's about to fall. May come back down to this area of here. If it can get back down to like 177, that's a good entry point for NIBS. We'll go back to Micron. So it was 980 something. Damn, that looks nasty. Yes, holy shit. This thing's got to come back down to like 500 at least. $2,600%. Yeah, this thing is bad. This thing is bad. It wants to come back down. It'll probably come back down for these gaps right here. 500 would be a good for Micron, a re-entry point. I'd definitely get into Micron at that price too. And like I said, right now it's a lot of people are going to be selling, so you got to be patient and let it come down. You know, if you want to buy in between, that's fine, but I'm just telling you that it may come down harder than what it is. And I think the midterms, right, by announcing that he lost the midterm election, etc., he probably gets impeached. It's going to really hurt the market. It's gonna hurt the market bad if it goes that route. But if it doesn't, because we got 13 Democrats that are not supporting the Democratic Party in Congress, right? They understand that this is a capitalist country, and it provides opportunities, they're not willing to go with his socialist ideas. So chances are he may keep his position in power and not get impeached, and we go higher. But from here on, it looks like it can sell, right? To reposition. August, October, yeah, like the same. This didn't even take long, right? It can come back down to August, October, right? And once he wins, maybe like November-ish here, then it'll probably go higher again. It can do that. Now, the last one I'm gonna save for everybody. No, not this one. We're gonna do. This is SpaceX. I was saying that people were selling, etc., and they are. Right? When you look at it on the daily chart, it looks like it still wants to go lower. Okay, it's probably gonna retest this area of 149. If it doesn't hold that support, it's gonna go lower. If it breaks out of this here, this channel, right, it'll retest and then probably go higher, but I don't see it doing that. I think people are selling. There's a lot of there was very little buying. There was a lot of buying and then selling, more selling, very little buys, more selling, more and more buys, and now they're selling. And again, and I think it's just going to keep going lower. I would see SpaceX true price would probably be anywhere in the $80 range. I think it's 150, 60 is way too high. It's just, again, I don't see how people make money or how companies make money by building rockets. Like, what the fuck? It's not something that people actually just buy every day. You understand what I'm saying? It costs billions of dollars. You're asking for money. That's what I don't like about this project. When he started talking about Doge crypto, right, on Jimmy Kimmel's or whatever show, what happened? It took a dump. This is no different from what this is right here. No different. You know, it's buy the rumor, sell the news. That's what it, and that's what is going on. Now, I'm not even gonna get into this because this thing sucks. It looks like it does. This looks horrible. Now, for all the XRPs that influencers are telling you you should hold, they just want you to sell. They you know, you're gonna miss out the institutional financial system, the new one. It's just not going to happen. We just showed that the dollar index is getting a little stronger. There's no point of us going to crypto. Now, there's nothing wrong trading it. There's nothing wrong having Bitcoin as a store of value and trade it because it performs better than the NASDAQ and the index itself, right? It just performs better. That's just crypto. That's just Bitcoin. But look, XRP is taking a dump. They were telling you that the bottom is here, right? Now, it came back up, created all this, consolidated, ate up all the liquidity. Now it came back lower, and it's doing the same thing again. And I said, my friends are waiting to buy XRP at fucking 75 cents. It's right there. Look at this thing. It's coming down to that area, right? I got other people saying it's going to come down to 30 cents. Look at look at the demand. The demand is at 50 cents. The demand is even 30 cents. This is bad. Is it still projected to go to $15 or $10? Probably by 2035. That sounds more realistic, right? Because we talked about it, that they have a large supply of crypto, of coins, right? And it requires an enormous amount of money that we just don't have in crypto. And the big players, they don't buy XRP, they buy Bitcoin because it's not controlled by an institution. It's not controlled by Ripple. You guys got to wake up. You're being the exit liquidity, and they're trying to, and then they're taking your money, and you're getting burned out. Stop doing that. Be patient. If it comes back down to this area here, load the fuck up as much as you can, and when it runs again, if it gets higher than, you know, than $3, or if it can break above, you know, 197, great. If it can't, then sell that shit, take the money and go. But whatever you do, do not keep this thing, because look, this looks horrible. And that goes for every crypto. Every crypto. So with that, you know, stop believing the hype, stop believing the Clarity Act, stop believing the new financial institution. It's not. None of this is. If you can't make money on the way going down, like if you don't lend and borrow your tokens, then you're a loser. If you don't trade this on the way, leverage trade it on the way going down, that's another lie. You're taking another L. That's a loser right there. You can't be just taking all these like losses and not take profits. That's why you got to be careful. So this is what this channel is about. I don't sell hype. I don't sell anything. I just tell you what I think it is, and I'm looking at the charts and it looks fucking cooked. It looks exhausted. It wants to go and crawl under a rock, folks. So with that, I am going to end my live. I hit that 1 hour mark. Before I go, make sure you like, follow, and comment on this live stream. Okay, I want everybody to enjoy your 4th of July. Be careful with the fireworks. And for all the new visitors from Europe that are still here watching the World Cup or attending at the World Cup, enjoy our 4th of July. If this is something new to you, this is how we do it. And then what else? Oh yes, make sure you check out my crypto merch, cryptocrickets.biz. Remember, for every item that you pick, that you buy, you get airdropped 5,000 peg tokens to the WebAuth wallet. If you don't have the WebAuth wallet, download it, get KYC verified, utilize it, how easy it is to use. Okay, but with that, I will see you next weekend. Peace.